Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction for the U.S. Senate elections. We'll be going through each of these key swing states. So I will start with the likely blue states. There's really just going to be the one, that being the state of Minnesota. One more seat for the Democrats, bringing it to 44 to 44. And then we're going to be getting to the likely Republican states next. There we have Montana and Florida, both in the likely red column. And then we'll get to the lean blue states, really just the one of those as well, that being the state of New Hampshire, one more seat for the Democrats. And then I think Republicans will pick up quite a few seats in this next rating. We will start with Texas. I think Texas, Tallarico is a good Democratic nominee. He will appeal well to swing voters in the suburbs of Texas, and I don't think he will quite do well enough to win election, but I think he will narrow it from a seat that is usually in the likely to the lean margin. Next up, Nebraska. There's an independent. Dan Osborne is running for this seat, so that is why it's in the lean instead of safe red like it would be if a Democrat was running. And then we're going to get to Iowa and Ohio. Going to put both of those into the Republican Party's category as well. I could see Ohio ending up in the tilt red margin with Sherrod Brown as the Democratic Party's nominee. Regardless, I think it will be a Republican victory, so that is going to be the state of Ohio. And then as far as the tilt states go, we're going to go with Georgia and North Carolina in the tilt blue column. These two states, well, Georgia more so. I feel more confident in predicting Georgia than North Carolina. I think North Carolina will also be a Democratic victory. There's a former governor, Roy Cooper, who, of course, was from the state of North Carolina. He's won the election on the statewide level before, and I think that he will be able to win the Senate election here in November. And then there we're going to get to a tilt red state, that being the state of Alaska. I think the state will be close. I think Mary Peltola has a real shot at winning, which is why I put it in the tilt red. Previous predictions, I've had it in lean red, but we've seen some positive polling from looking at this race, giving, in many instances, Mary Peltola the edge. So I think that will be an interesting factor. I still think it'll be a Republican victory, but I could definitely see it in the tilt blue margin if the momentum keeps continuing for Democrats and Mary Peltola in general. So we'll get to the last two tilt blue states, that being Michigan and Maine. Both of these states I predict to end up in the Democratic Party's column. I do think of the states that are currently in the tilt blue rating, that Michigan is probably Republicans' best hope. Maine is going to be an interesting election to watch. The incumbent senator is a Republican, Susan Collins. She's been in the Senate for quite a while. And there are two primary Democrats that are hoping to get the Democratic Party's primary nomination and then face off against Susan Collins in the fall in November. And I think there's a chance that Susan Collins is able to survive this politically, which is why I put it in the tilt margin. I think it has a good chance of being close, but for now, I'm going to still put it in the tilt blue margin, resulting in a closer Senate than we have now, but still a Republican majority, 51 seats to Democrats, 49. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.